Hi, Anto.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to my home. I'm sure it's a little bit messy, but here we are.
No, it's fine.
And we're getting ready to start the day.
So what are we doing today?
Today we actually have a jam-packed day. We have a couple of meetings, a couple of errands, and then ending the day with a podcast listening. So yeah, let's get ready.
Okay.
First thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I probably say my prayers, kind of. Like I say a quick prayer before I come into the bathroom to actually get ready to actually go and do my prayers for real. So yeah, I love my face. I think my face is my finest feature. So the rest of my skin, things have been happening, but my face, we gotta keep it on point. So first things first, I wash my face, do my face routine, and yeah. So nothing too intense, but yeah. Okay, the fact that some people know, some people don't know. Some people think that I actually came to Nigeria to be on Big Brother, but I was actually working in Nigeria for 2 years before I auditioned. So no, I was not a JJC when I went on the show. I actually was living in Nigeria already. I'm from Edo State, Auchi to be precise. Yeah, some people still don't really know that I'm from Edo. People think I'm Yoruba, people think I'm Igbo, people think I'm Hausa, Fulani, Kashiri. I've heard all sorts of things. I'm an Edo woman. I'm very much a Muslim girl. People always say like, are you practice? I don't know what practicing Muslim means. I've never heard anyone ask a Christian if they're practicing Christian. So I'm very much a Muslim. Chaotic mental experience. Yeah, that's what I would say. I think most people know that I'm very open about the fact that it is it's a mind game. And I think besides it just being a mind game in the house, it becomes an even greater mind game after the house, because you went in as a nobody and then you come out with people all over the world knowing who you are and judging you for who you are. So yeah, it can be very mentally destabilizing. I appreciate what it did for my life. Obviously, it made me who I am today. I just kind of wish I was able to get to this point without having to go on the show.
What does friendship mean to you?
It's an interesting one. Friendship, or I think any kind of ship, if it's relationship, partnership, I think the most important part is reliability. I don't necessarily think that you have to be available 24/7 or all those kind of things, but I think when you need it most, you should be available. People think I'm a medical doctor. I'm not a medical doctor at all. So as I continued with my life, I had like 1 or 2 mentors that kept telling me, you should go for your PhD, you should go for your PhD, you have so much to offer, so much to tell whatever. I was tired of school, and I'm like, who wants to go and do PhD a day? So fast forward, years later, I started doing some work for a university in Cotonou, and they decided to honor me with a honorary doctorate. So here I am today. Yes, guys, most people think that my PhD is like real. No, I did not go to school for it. Well, I went to school for it kind of, like, my general qualifications in life, but no, I did not study for a PhD. It is honorary. So yeah, so I mean, Nigerians love titles, so I figured instead of putting all the MBA at the end, let me just use my doctor. Who really made me kind of start using the doctor was I realized at the time I went on Tiwa Savage's page. She's also a doctor, and she had it, Dr. Tiwa, Dr. Savage. I was like, if my big sis Tiwa can be using doctor, let me also use mine. So I also think specifically because of the type of work that I do, most of what I do is more so in the education field or things like that. I think adding the doctor also gives it that extra ephesy of legitimacy. So yeah, that's basically okay. So yeah, this is the face. I'm just gonna put on my body cream. And
I guess I'll have to excuse you for that.
So I'll see you in a bit.
Alright.
Yeah, so what's the plan for today? Like I said, a couple of meetings. First, So like this year, I decided to like not be in a rush. I think like every year we come out with all the goals and like this one, new year, new me, this, that. Not doing none of that shit. This year I'm taking it easy. As things come, you know, let it happen like that. So that's kind of my goal for the year. But I did have some like plans and ideas that I've been working on for a little bit. So that's kind of what today's meetings are all about. So yeah, first place we're going to be heading to is the Yaradua Center. Yeah, I'm trying to work on a project with them. So just have a meeting there and see some of their facilities. Then having another meeting with a new agency that I recently found out about. They're a communications agency, but they primarily work on social issues. So trying to see how influencers and people like that can come together to educate the masses. So yeah, today is basically all about community, I guess. But yeah, Twitter is just like anger or problems or issues. Like I literally go on Twitter looking for someone saying something positive, and it's out of 10 tweets, you can rarely find someone saying, I had a blast, or, you know, yesterday was cool. Like, you don't see it so often. So it's too much. Like, I don't really need all of that. I just feel like it's just too much information. I don't know if it's negative, positive, what have you. It's just too much of people's personal business. Like, I go on social media most times just to find out the news, like what's going on in the country, this one and that one. But in the middle of importance, you see that, this person broke my heart. This girl stole my money. It's like, bro, my own heart. They break my own heart too. Like, they'll still take my own money. I don't need to know about your own. Do you get? So yeah, I do not see myself posting more on social media. Even though for now, I'm probably going to be on social media even less. Like if it's not paid work, like something that is producing money for me, or something that's really life changing, something that's really, you know, changing the world. In my house, you will see some kind of bean food every week, at least. If there's not bean, like see porridge beans, there's going to be moi. I like beans, so there's probably going to be beans in my house every week and some kind of. Favorite place to travel to? I've been to South Africa 3 times now, and I like South Africa a lot. Last year was my first time going to Cape Town, and it was beautiful. It was lovely. I definitely want to go to Cape Town again. I had a blast when I went, but I was with a group of ladies, and we know ourselves now. We just know ourselves. So I would like to go again, maybe by myself or maybe with a partner. Yeah, speaking of partner, a place I need to go to again is Tanzania and Zanzibar. I went with an ex-partner. We were already exes at the time that we went. So yeah, it was just strange. It wasn't even chaotic, it was just weird. Yeah, so I would definitely want to go again with a person that's not my ex-partner, with an actual partner. Or even friends. I definitely want to go to Zanzibar again. It's beautiful. So I would definitely want to go there. Singapore is probably my number 2 country that I want to go to after France and, you know, Paris, the whole city of love, whatever. I would love to go to Singapore. Crazy Rich Asians blew my mind. Ever since I watched that movie, I knew that I cannot leave this earth without going to Singapore. So I've been every single year I tell myself I'm going to Singapore, I'm going to Singapore, I'm going to Singapore. So again, it's on my to-do list for this year. We'll see how it goes, but definitely Singapore is where I want to go. Like, that's because I say I love no longer having a 9 to 5. I love being in control of my time. I don't feel bad when I'm being lazy. One of my friends called me, he was like, why are you always, like, he called me on video call. He was like, why are you always in bed? I'm like, where else am I supposed to be? I don't have a job. I don't got nothing to do. I even have an office, but it's my office. I can go there whenever the heck I want to. I don't have to be there. I'm never lonely because I live alone. It's also a fear of mine, like, when it's time to move in with my partner. Because it's like, I'm used to not having to worry about somebody else's shit. So, I think most people that know me, they know me to be someone who's very honest. I think we all lie once in a while, but I generally don't lie. When I was in high school, when I was younger, all my friends used to call me rude because I was blunt, I was direct, I'll just tell you how it is. But I think for me, it keeps me from, I know it may sometimes hurt people's feelings, but I'd rather you know what it is. I'd rather you be wondering what it is. I'm friends with a lot of them, still friends with most, or at least cordial with everybody. There's some people that I don't talk to as much, some people I don't talk to at all. But I don't think it's not like hates, it's just differences. It's always strange to me because people always feel like, oh, Big Brother housemates are supposed to be friends forever. Most people weren't even friends in the house. Why would they now come out and still be friends? Strange. And just even in life, it's just Big Brother is just like a time frame. Most people are not still friends with people they went to secondary school with, or people they went to university with, or people that they went to NYSC with, or people that they had their first jobs with. So why do you think Big Brother, which is even less, it's just 3 months rather than years, why would people who only known each other for 3 months be forced to continue to be friends or be expected to continue to be friends afterwards? So it's always strange to me. But no, I think I was generally cool with everyone in the house, and I'm still pretty cool with people outside. Even if I don't talk to them every day, if I was to see them, it wouldn't be any bad blood. A few years back, maybe it was COVID, or what year was that? And I really wanted to not necessarily even be like a cinema film person or a Netflix film person. I wanted to be like, I should say, home movies, like a YouTube person, because I wanted to be more popular amongst Nigerians, like the masses. And I realized the masses still face DVDs and face YouTube and all those kind of films or TV movies rather than maybe cinema or Netflix. They watch those ones, but like you see people on Instagram that you don't even know, but you see that they have 3 million followers.
Yeah.
It's because the masses, people are seeing them on Facebook, all these kind of things. So I told myself I wanted to I was actually ready to go to Asaba and be like the quintessential I just got back actress. So for any time they had that kind of role of someone who just got back, I wanted to just play. I just knew I could play that role easily. My pidgin isn't great or whatever, but if it's to speak English, I can do that one. So then flash forward maybe a few months later, I just was not really much interested in acting. I have been working on some other projects that kind of focusing my time on that, and I just was like, oh, this acting thing, I've been being on someone's set for days. I just was like, I wasn't so interested in it, especially. And then also at that same time, that's when I had my first bout of an autoimmune disease that I suffer from. So my skin was kind of not perfect. So I was like, I can't be acting film and my skin, I'm not looking sexy. I know that's right. I just kind of, by the way. And I think the only film I had done was, I think the year after I did the Giacomo. So, Tony is one of my closest friends, and she asked me to come in, be in the film. I'll give a little teaser. I'm working on some things personally. They're not really film, but they are screen related. So inshallah, we'll see how the year goes. Wow. The main reason I moved to Abuja is for peace of mind. I don't have anything I'm specifically doing here that I wasn't doing in Lagos, honestly. The best car I've ever driven was a beach Jeep Wrangler. That's the one that doesn't have any sides. Yes. I would say, I don't know I can't really think of a particular item. People have, gifted me jewelry and things like that. I think the best gifts generally are surprises, gifts that I'm not expecting. I'm pretty big on all things democracy, unity. So Amara is their policy advisor. Basically, he's in charge of making things happen. He's one of my close friends, and anytime I have any idea, he's always open to listen to me. So I actually have a project I've been working on for a little while, but he's helping me to actually structure it, and I'm trying to have an official partnership with the Yaradua Foundation to actually execute. So that's what we're here for today.
I'm happy that you started coming out. American citizens that were kidnapped in Niger, for instance, American Marines got in this situation and literally smoked them out.
Giving out some of the award.
Little waiting area.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
So he has we could do it before. We've had
I don't want people to know my baddie side. No, my baddie side is not for you. Just this I like that. Of course you like it because we're having a personal conversation. It's not meant to go beyond the matters. I like the fact that I'm able to judge my colleagues when they go on those shows and say, how would they say this? Even though me too, I have crazy ideas as well. So yes, exactly, it's a balance. So you give them what you're willing to give them for free. Everything else is great, but I have to live my life as well. So
yeah, of course. I mean, that's one of the points of a good one.
we are going to CCSI. It's called the Center for Communication and Social Impact. Basically, they are also a a communications agency working in the social space, trying to use voices, experiences, of course, communication to champion social causes. Influencer marketing is always going to be in. People prefer to listen to their faves than to listen to the government. So that's kind of also why I also feel always charged to use whatever platform I have to have these kind of conversations. So I met the founder last year and we just told ourselves, okay, in the new year, let's try and meet, let's learn more about each other and see how we can potentially work together. Hello. Hi.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
I went to 16 by mistake.
Loved it. Yes.
If I have an event in Abuja, more than likely I am wearing style temptation.
What's your ideal date like?
Dates.
Yeah.
Dates. I mean, I'm open to. I'm not so. I like the dinner part, but I don't think I'm super traditional where like it has to be like. Again, I'm open to all sorts. Maybe something that has an experience attached, like a sipping paint or a archery, or even though I'm not great at bowling, like I would like an activity. Mix a little bit. I still want the food truck. I love food, so food has to be involved in one way or another. Now we are going to Prima Donna Beauty, that is owned by Princess, and it's the outlet where I sell my hair products in Abuja. So yeah, just wanna go check it. I haven't checked the store this year or in a while. Just wanna go check it out, and yeah, that's about it. We're here at Prima Donna Beauty, owned by Princess Ojekwe. What's the English? I have my products here. So if you are in Abuja and you want to ever buy my shampoo or hair growth serum, you can find them at Prima Donna Beauty. Luckily for me, my friend owns the store, so I don't pay a stocking fee. She just gets her, her cuts, and we just keep it moving like that. So yeah, I think I kind of always knew I wanted to have like hair products or like something shot. So then when I went on Big Brother, everyone was talking about, oh, how much they love my hair, how beautiful my hair was, how can they grow their hair, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I guess this is a sign for me to go ahead and create hair products. So I didn't know how to go about it, how to do the formula. I kind of had an idea of the formula based on things that I've used previously, but I didn't really know how to enter the business per se. So I ended up meeting my business partner, Tara. She told me about companies that she knew in China that can help to produce the products, and here we are today. Selling the products. It's been about 5 years in the game. It has not been easy, I'll be honest. Yeah, I kind of had that idea that, that was early on when I thought that, because I went on Big Brother, because I have fans, my products will sell out. But that was my first stint in being a true entrepreneur, and I realized that it's much harder than that. Yeah, your fans will buy that first batch, but those next batches, someone else needs to buy them. So that was my first major stint into being an entrepreneur. I had thought that I kind of wanted to produce more products, try different things, but I think this set is pretty good for now. Probably be in the business until we're no longer interested in the business. I'm definitely thinking about maybe some other things. But yeah, what I'm trying to do now is definitely create passive income. I want to be sleeping and I'm hearing my phone jingling that alerts are coming in. So anyone that's in business, I wish you the best of luck, because things are not easy. But be open to ideas and accept failure. Everything's not gonna work. I've done so many businesses. I haven't completely thrown all of them away, but none of them are like the day-to-day businesses that I do every single day, or I'm making money every single day from it. So I'll definitely say, as a business owner, anticipate failure and be ready to come up with plan B, C, D, E, all the way to Z. And then again, because you definitely have to, especially in this Nigeria where nothing is stable, nothing. Like, yeah, because I know, like, my mother went to Mecca last year. She went for Hajj, and so many people even there were still calling her like Mommy Anto, all those kind of things. And I'm like, bruh, it's weird. Like, you focus on your prayers and leave my mother alone. I have like one fan on Facebook. I'm not even really on the Facebook. Like my Instagram posts just automatically go to Facebook. I just once in a while open the Facebook to read the comment. I have like one fan that comments every day for the past how many years. And it's like a long episode, how much he loves me and this one, that one, that one, this one. So yeah, I'm not sure I would get back into it because primarily the reason I left was Nigeria is not positioned for sports to maximize potential. Sports is run by the government in Nigeria, so because it's not privatized, it's not making as much money as it can, and we all want to make money now. So that's kind of why I left. But if Nigeria gets to the point where they're ready to take sports seriously, I would definitely love to get back in there. Disney princess, I love Belle. Beauty and the Beast is, yeah, that's my story. I generally don't like to go back to Atlanta if I don't have to. I had to go there for work one time, and I was looking around for any of my colleagues that would just take my space, but they wouldn't. So yeah, I just don't like Atlanta. Maybe now I may go back because that was years ago, like 10 years ago. But a place that I'll never go back. Maybe some restaurants. I can't think off the top of my mind, but there are definitely some restaurants that I didn't enjoy the food or I didn't have a good experience. So I probably wouldn't go back there. But yeah, I think that's what comes to my mind. Ecosodin.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Ecosodin.
Ecosodin. Me, I don't know. I want to say those states. Actually, I want to say South for sure. I want to say those states.
Yeah, it's those states.
Abi?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, people on airplanes, people usually are screaming and shouting and blood of Jesus. I'm usually completely quiet. I just have my eyes closed because I'm just like, if I'm gonna die, I just want to die in peace. Like, let me just, I'm out. Like, just go. I beg, just go. So yeah, I'll probably say, say my prayers and then.
Do you believe in like zodiac signs and all?
Yes, I do. I'm a Sagittarius, and I'm a Sagittarius through and through. And funny enough, Sagittarius is now the zodiac, one of the zodiacs where they're saying that some of us are something else now. They're saying we're Osiferous or some other shit. I'm definitely Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we're known for being honest. We're also known for being adventurous. That's definitely me. I can try almost anything. I'm definitely a risk taker. Also, well, and I guess the negative part of being honest and adventurous is that we have like a fight or flight syndrome. We know like stress. Once something is annoying us, I'm out. Like I can disappear, I can ghost you, I can pretend you don't freaking exist. So
do you ever see yourself getting married, and how many kids do you want?
Hey, what a question. If you would have asked me this question 5 years ago, I would have said no, I don't want to get married, I don't want to have kids. So when I say that, people are always shocked, like, oh my gosh. Saying you don't want to get married doesn't mean that you don't want a partner. There's a difference. Marriage usually includes a physical paper that you sign. And I just realized for some reason when people sign that paper, the relationship changes. It could have been someone you've been dating for years. It could have been someone you were already even living with for years. But for some reason, once you formalize it as a marriage, something happens. But the longer I've lived in Nigeria, and it is what it is, I'm a woman in Nigeria, there are some benefits or some needs to being married. So kids, I'm still like not really for kids. I love people's kids, but the idea of me being a mom is still pretty scary, even though everyone says I'm maternal. So I don't really know. So I definitely can't give you a number of kids that I want, but I do know that if I'm marrying a Nigerian man, kids most likely have to come through. So I just want to say I only want to have one pregnancy. Let's put it like that. However many kids come out of that one, none of people's business.
Okay, thank you so much, Anto. It's been nice. I mean, it's been an amazing experience today. So I hope we get to see you again.
Maybe.
Bye.